All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Hut 8 Mining. They're a Bitcoin mining company, stock ticker HUT, and I want to talk about whether or not they are going out of business and what my thoughts are on that matter. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. But for now, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. Also, if you could smash the like button, it helps the channel out a lot. And lastly, if you want to be a member of the channel, you can join the channel by hitting the join button on the YouTube page. It's right next to the subscribe button. Members get some members-only content. We do a once-a-week members-only live stream, and members also get to pick a company each week for me to do a deep dive on. So we hope you'll join us there. Let's talk about Hut 8. The reason that I want to do a video on Hut 8 is right now in my comments section on the channel, one of the most common comments that I'm seeing is things to the effect of Hut 8 is going out of business. Hut 8 will be out of business in 3 months. Hut 8 is doomed. So a lot of these comments are coming in on videos that aren't even Hut 8 videos. So it's starting to be more than a trend. And I wanted to address it, and I want to give you my thoughts on where Hut 8 is going. I do think there's a lot of Bitcoin mining companies that are facing imminent liquidity problems and therefore potential Chapter 11 bankruptcies or worse, just like Core Scientific did earlier this week. So what mystifies me is that for some reason, the number one company on, at least in my comments section, that people are talking about going out of business is Hut 8. And I will tell you, so I'm going to give you my perspective. And again, this is not financial advice, but I don't know what people's thesis are on why this company would go out of business, but I'm going to walk you through the facts and show you what's going on, and then you can make your own judgment. And I'd love to drop in the comments below if you're on board with this or if this is just some campaign from a few people that are trying to spread FUD. It's very, very confusing to me, so I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Okay, so if we look at Hut 8 right now, it's the middle of the trading day, and this is a short trading day on Friday, December 23rd. Hut is trading at 87 cents, so it's under $1. It's down a little bit on the day. We'll see where it ends up at the end of the day. So that leaves it at a market cap of about $170 million. So that's the first thing I want to address. Hut 8's market cap peaked in November of 2021. That is when Bitcoin peaked. So that is now a little bit outside of the 52-week window. So it's more like 13 or 14 months ago. But very recently, this was over a $2 billion company. So it's now down to a $170 million company, which means forget its stock price. The market cap of this company is down over 90% in the last 13 or 14 months. That's not inconsistent with the rest of their peers in the Bitcoin mining group. So, the Bitcoin miners have been hit very hard, but I think it's important to understand when you look at this thing with a $170 million market cap, that's an over a 90% decrease in just over a 1-year window of time. Okay, the next way I want to look at this market cap is compared to their assets. So I'm going to look at two different things. The first thing I want to look at is this is their December presentation. So these numbers are as of October 30th. And I just want to look at one number on this page. And again, this is from their investor presentation. Right here, total self-mined Bitcoin held in reserve 8,925. That was at November 30th. So by now they are well over 9,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet. With over 9,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, just the value of their Bitcoin roughly equals the value of their entire market cap of their company, which means the rest of this business is being valued essentially at zero. So they have a high performance computing business with 400 plus customers. The market's pricing that at zero. They have a Bitcoin mining operation with 4 locations and multiple exahash. The market's valuing that at zero. So to me, if you just look at the amount of Bitcoin they have on their balance sheet, they're clearly worth more than a $170 million market cap company, in my opinion. When we'll look at the rest of the balance sheet, and I'll show you the other reasons why I think that. Okay, so this was their balance sheet as of September 30th. That was the most recent quarterly balance sheet that they put out. If we look at current assets of $265 million, they have current liabilities of $27 million. So that's almost a 10-to-1 ratio of current assets to current liabilities. So that is not a company that looks like it's illiquid or about to go out of business. So this is the way people need to look at this. I feel that all too many people have emotional arguments as to whether or not a company is good or bad, and they're not taking a look at the underlying facts. So people make comments like, oh, well, management's paying themselves too much money, or management makes bad decisions. But the bottom line is, even if all of that is true, if you look at their financial statements and they have a 10-to-1 current ratio, this is not a company that's on the brink of going out of business. So this brings me to my third way that I want to compare their market cap. So their market cap is $170 million. This company's shareholder equity at September 30th was $494 million, almost $500 million, which means they are currently trading at 1/3 of book value. And remember, half of their book value is the Bitcoin that they hold on their balance sheet. In addition to that, they had $33 million in cash. So a $494 million book value company is now being traded at a $170 million market cap. To me, that again screams that it's undervalued. When you're looking at this company's liquidity, they're actually one of the most powerful, strongest Bitcoin mining companies that's publicly traded just from a liquidity standpoint. So, obviously there's a lot more that goes into that in making a buying decision on your stock purchases. So this is, again, this is not financial advice. You guys need to make your own decision whether you want to own this or buy this or sell this. So that's not the point of my argument. The point of my argument is I'm struggling to see why people are leaving so many comments that they think Hut 8 is going out of business and that they're going out of business soon, because I am seeing the opposite. Okay, let's talk about one of the reasons I think people are panicking regarding Hut 8. So Hut 8 provides update on North Bay facility. This was put out on November 28th, so a little bit less than a month ago. So they are having a problem at one of their 4 Bitcoin mining facilities. Hut 8 announces that it has requested mediation proceedings to be commenced with Validus Power Corp, a third-party supplier of energy to the company's mining facility in North Bay, Ontario. On November 9th, Hut 8 delivered a notice of event of default to Validus in respect to Validus's breach of certain obligations under the terms of the power agreement. So at this point, their North Bay facility is essentially turned off. Validus is no longer providing them power, so that portion of their business is turned off. So they're now operating at an exahash of around 2.5-ish, whereas they were over 3 exahash earlier in the year. So they are negotiating with this company. They expect to reach some negotiation, but in the meantime, this facility is turned off. So that is one of the things that are making people nervous about this company. But this is only about a quarter of their exahash for their Bitcoin mining, and this does not affect their high-performance computing centers at all. So the majority of their business remains intact, and we just looked at their balance sheet. If they've got to renegotiate and now is the time to settle up, then with Bitcoin, between $16,000 and $17,000, this is a pretty good time to enter a negotiation. Having said that, we don't know what the outcome of this is. So, until we know that they can turn those machines back on, for the time being, they are off. So that is one of the things that's putting fear into the market regarding Hut 8. So a little bit more FUD that's going on in Canada. British Columbia imposes 18-month moratorium on new crypto mining operations. So this is the 3rd Canadian province to limit the industry's growth as it looks to preserve capacity for communities. So you can see currently there are 21 projects are requesting a total of 1,403 megawatts in the province, equivalent to the energy needed to power approximately 570,000 homes or 2.1 million electric vehicles. So right now, this does not affect any of the Bitcoin miners that are operating in British Columbia. If your operations are substantially complete or complete and up and running, you don't fall under this moratorium. It's only new projects. But what's more than that is Hut 8 does not even operate any Bitcoin mining in British Columbia. The other 2 provinces are Quebec and Manitoba. So Hut 8 does not do business in either of those provinces either. It's not really even affecting companies that are currently active in those areas. So if we take a quick look at their mining operations, you'll see Drumheller is in Alberta, Medicine Hat's in Alberta, and North Bay is in Ontario. So none of their Bitcoin mining is in British Columbia. So this moratorium does not affect them in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not even going to go through their charts and do a stock price analysis because that's not really what this video is about. What I wanted to talk about is what's the reality surrounding Hut 8. So I've tried to provide a bunch of information, as many of the facts as I can. So obviously this is not financial advice, so please be careful. All these Bitcoin miners are highly, highly volatile stocks, but to me, those are the pros and cons of what's going on with Hut 8. So again, the reason I did this video is I've been getting a lot of comments, even on videos that are not Hut 8 videos, about how people think Hut 8 is going out of business. So I wanted to weigh in and give you some of the facts and let you guys make a decision based on what's actually going on. So that's my update on Hut 8. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.